Winchester, 1815 North Winchester. Danny needed the caller and the owner of the vehicle.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Give me 1 second. Flip that off. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Sorry about bumping the time back. I really wanted to get on the road earlier, but my brain was saying, you need more sleep. My back was saying, ugh. Even though I got little sleep, got about 4 or 5 hours, but you know what? By the time we get there, we're going to be pumping ready to go. Hopefully, we can get some answers today. The main thing. I want to say shout out to It's a Crying Shame. I was doing some prep work at the end after I got home and kind of going through looking for other videos regarding Riley Strain's missing persons case, and I came across their live and wanted to drop in there and share some info, and I ended up hopping on for a little bit. So I want to say thank you to Crying Shame for having me up on panel for a little bit and kind of explaining what we were not only experiencing, but also, kind of what our thought process was when we were down there. Being on location, it's always, as you guys know, it always sometimes you can get a different impression. So we kind of went through that. Went through some of the information. We had the discussions with the officer the few times on the show yesterday. We had the interview with the local news on the show yesterday. There's a lot of stuff on the show yesterday, and we went through different things as well. Today, I'm going to be doing the same thing with you guys. We're going to be doing the same thing. Also, I'm going to be meeting up with that lady. We're going to do some searching down there below today as well. So I'll take you guys there with me. There for a while, probably. I'm not going to meet her until like 2:30. So the first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to also bring my GoPro. And so I'm going to have my GoPro on my head. It's not, excuse me, I won't be live streaming the GoPro. What I'm going to be doing is while I'm taking you guys on the path, I'm also going to be recording the footage from the vantage point of my view where I'm looking and as I'm walking. You're going to get that view as we're kind of going. And I'm also going to reenact the run that he did, like I did yesterday when we were in that parking lot, when he tripped and fell. When we went on that parking lot, there was nothing that would cause anybody to trip or fall. So it was interesting. And also, we looked at the pole that he ended up right before he ended up falling there. So give me 1 second here. And I'm going to go ahead. There's somebody that popped in backstage. Now, I did bring my computer today, so that way we'll be able to make any changes on the fly if needed. And also, if there is a press conference or anything, I can go down to the vehicle and also power up the computer. And we'll be able to do any screen sharing or anything like that. Unfortunately, with the screen share, it takes over other people's StreamYard, so that's a kind of an inconvenience for anybody that is on StreamYard quite often. So we'll figure out some way here as we get through it. It's an organic show, and we do learn every day on the process. And so it's one of those things that we'll be figuring out here very soon. So let me add the most helpful person ever. Let me got to change the layout. I want to say, I think it's this one. Is it this one? Hey,
Yeah.
what's up? Good morning. Oh, hold on. I made some custom layouts last night too. There we go.
Okay,
How's
things
that?
look really different to me as well. I didn't want to just let myself in, but I think I can. Just letting you set in.
So, what's up, everybody? Sorry, exit 7A and W, Kentucky. I'll have to hit that on the way back. We are running late behind this morning. My apologies, but I really honestly probably could have used even more sleep. But hey, I just need some coffee and then we're going to be good.
Oh, you've been really busy.
Yeah, as long as we don't have traffic jams. I've had a lot of people ask me where the interview is with the local news. All you have to do I couldn't find it, but if you want, all you have to do is go to my show from yesterday. When I'm walking around on location, I have wireless earbuds that I use for my microphone. And I ended up leaving my wireless earbud in my ear. So Christina took my phone and was recording me getting interviewed, and you can hear him ask me the questions and you can hear me reply from my microphone to my feed. So if you want to watch the interview, I don't know what the timestamp is. If anybody does know in chat,
I'll find it.
you can literally watch the interview with the local news right there, like it's the interview, because I do have my microphone in my ear. Oh, cool. Kib Kitty says timestamp is 109:30 for the interview with the local news. So if you do want to see that, or if you're curious about it, you could just go to that. Until then, I'm not sure. Maybe it'll be on today. I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to do it because I didn't care to give them my real name. But I don't give a shit. I don't need to be on the local news, I don't. I ain't worried about that.
As well. So, I mean,
huh?
Thought we were supposed to be hearing the interview. So you were already.
Well, I'm glad that my earpiece was in my ear when we were doing it, because you get the interview right there. So thank you, Christina, for doing that. And I saw, excuse me, I saw some comments yesterday about people were enjoying. Also, when I would be discussing things as we're kind of walking and stuff, and then Silky was recording me discussing the things, and you could see both of the feeds on there, and I saw people were enjoying that too. And I think Silky said that she's going to try and do that today as well, to kind of give you both perspectives, not only me as I'm walking and kind of explaining or showing, but also you get like the first person view and the third person view. So I thought that was kind of cool too.
Yeah, it was interactive. It was nice.
Yeah.
You have a contribution call out as well from
hold on one second. There's a lot of police out
is
today.
That a New Zealand dollar?
Yes, it is. Give me 1 second. Got to scroll up to here, and is it going to show it? Contribution call out, Skittles. I got to scroll down. Where to go? There it is, right there. The New Zealand $1.99 super sticker. Thank you very much, Skittles. Appreciate you. Yeah, that was one thing. Remind me, everybody, tomorrow or on my way home or something, say, hey, stop at Sinclair. There's only one Sinclair on this highway. And that Sinclair is like 30 cents cheaper a gallon. So remind me tomorrow. Go to Sinclair. All right. You see here. Oops, wrong one. Yeah, we can leave that up there for now. Until we get to the location. Oh, no, it's covering up your name. Hold on. Let's get rid of that.
Everyone knows me. It's okay.
No, let's do this. Nope. We got to do it right. Got to do it right. There we go. All right. So, you were saying Debray had sent something to you. Now, I did want to see if you guys wanted me to do this. Everybody was asking me if I had seen this Pascal show where he was talking about, what was it? Sorry, my brain's kind of mush. I think it was about 2 people on a phone or something. Is that what you guys?
I don't know about.
What was Debray? You said
Okay,
Debray
so-
was.
Yeah, so there's a News Nation interview with somebody called Chris Salisbury. So he's like he's from the area and he's an advocate for the homeless people there. And he is the one, I think, who uncovered the story about the shirt that was hanging on the fence. The one that had been put on. And he says that he's spoken to a couple of people in the homeless community, and they've told him that somebody named Ross had the shirt on. And Ross said that he found it while he was looking for copper. Now,
Hold on. Okay, wait. I just want to say one thing real quick before we get into this, okay? And this looking for copper shit is the same bullshit that I'm going to refer to. And so you know the interview with the cane guy with the tennis shoes. He only wanted the cane and his shoes to be shown. You guys know what I'm talking about? The cane with the shoes, that's all he wanted to show. And he's the one that said that he saw Riley stumble into a bush and then kept walking into the distance. And when I asked Ellie yesterday, I said, what if he kept walking that way? Would that make sense? Because to me, the skylines are completely different. And if you're lost, even if you're drunk, you're going to know that that's not where my hotel is. Why would you keep walking that way, right? She's like, exactly. It's a completely different skyline. Those are apartment buildings. And I sat there and I said, well, that could be a reason for them to get the attention away from their area. When it comes to, because his story doesn't make sense. That Riley fell into a bush, and then he said that Riley came back up and he looked up and asked him if he was okay, and somebody else, he said, yelled, yeah, he's okay, he's just drunk. And then he said, yeah, and then he kept walking that way.
Yeah, so I mean that's a possibility because in this interview there's an actual location. It's the Fort Nash Bureau, which is a log cabin style building at the riverfront, and that's where apparently Ross found this shirt hooked onto the fence. And apparently multiple people in the homeless community are confirming that he was wearing it.
Because they want the attention away from their location is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they're all coming up with some kind of fucking story, and none of them make sense. The dude's looking for copper where we took you. There ain't no fucking copper there. And if you're going there to search for copper, you think somebody's going to throw copper there? There ain't no way. There's no way. It's a story to get people away from the area. That's what I'm feeling. And when I'm saying, when it comes to this looking for copper, that's where I found the shirt. I saw him fall into a bush and then he got back up and I said, hey, you okay? And then somebody else said, yeah, he's okay. He's just drunk. No, that don't make sense. That don't make sense. None of their stories make sense.
But
And
what
none of them will, because they're going to protect each other.
Yeah. But what was actually also really interesting about the interview was this homeless community representative was explaining how he found all of this out and stuff, but he made it seem like he's in phone communication
He
with the
probably is. And
yeah.
this is what I want to explain to people. And I explained it yesterday, and this is where I'm coming from. Okay. The Ross doesn't give a shit if I had sleep last night. Ross doesn't give a shit if I had a shower. Ross doesn't give a shit if I went to Burger King before I went home. Ross doesn't care about me. Okay? They care about their community. They're how do I explain it? They are most invested in protecting each one of them, because each one of them probably help each other survive. Okay? That's who they care about. So if somebody, and like I said, it could be a situation, where they tried to shake him down, and because he had a head injury already, he had another head injury, and they're like, oh shit, we weren't meaning to do that. Right? It could be one of those things, and they're going to keep it quiet. When you find two bodies along that river, all right? And when I'm talking to Ellie yesterday, and she was even giving me the same impression, like, I'm sure there's even more. And when I'm talking to her about the encampment down there, and I'm explaining the whole easy target shakedown, this is how it could go down because of this location and these little burrow pathways that run along that encampment, and all of these different things. And to her, it's even like, yeah. And so to me, when you really dig deep, the guy is going to be an advocate for them. He is going to be the one that's going to trust every single thing they say, while they could literally lie to him about everything. And what's he going to say? They're lying? No, he's already 150% invested in them being honest with him. So he's not going to think that they're lying. And when it comes to the little things that they're saying that don't make sense, he's not going to pick up on it, because he's too blinded by that trust. And so when it comes to him and what he has to say, I really take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Okay, people in chat are saying they think copper was a person. I don't know if I misunderstood that, but the homeless people here collect copper, so I might have misunderstood that. But what
I don't know.
what
That's how I took it, but copper's a
Yeah.
person, so I need to look for copper too.
No, don't look for copper. But what I was saying was, what you were talking about in terms of the police officer also noting that the watch and the phone went off at the same time, and you were saying, they need to preserve that battery,
Right.
or turning it off.
Yeah.
And in this interview, this person was talking about like video calls and texts and all kinds of stuff with this community. So I feel like that's a really good point. Like, if those devices pop up again, that would be a really big deal, because it sounds to me like they have access to some kind of a charging.
They do, because you know what? If you guys saw when we were leaving, excuse me, when we were leaving yesterday, and when me and Silky were walking up to go to the parking deck when we were leaving, and I said, "Let's go this way," she didn't understand why. And when we're coming around, I said, I was telling her, basically, look to the left. There's homeless people. As soon as it gets dark, homeless people are sitting next to those elevators and stairs inside those little buildings, charging their phones.
Okay.
That's where they charge their phones. And so when it comes to the Apple Watch and the Apple phone, just like Ellie said yesterday when I was talking to her, she goes, he's not in the water. And I said, why do you feel that way? And she says, because the phone and the watch don't shut off in the water at the same time. I was like, yeah, that's a great point. And I said, that also goes along with the shakedown. And I said, they're going to want to shut the batteries off. Number one, two reasons they're going to want to shut it off. Number one, to make sure, because they know there's probably locations, right? And they know the attention that came after he went missing. And so they're yo,
Yeah.
let's have it shut off. Number two, they want to preserve the battery life because it's worth 5 times more than it is if it has a battery compared to it not. And they're all about barter. You know, they're trading, selling, when it comes to that. So when you have that full battery power or whatever battery power it has, because maybe whoever has it didn't have a charger and didn't want to ask somebody else to charge it. Well, how'd you get a phone and an iWatch, right? I'm going to keep it on the down low. And maybe that's another reason why it hasn't came back on either, is because they might not have the ability to charge it. They don't want to cause attention to use somebody else's charger because they're going to know something. But they want to make sure after the awareness dies down, hey, maybe I can pop it back on and I can sell it for 5 times what it's worth.
Yeah. I mean, they're not stupid.
They're not stupid. Yeah, and they do. They're a lot of them are on phones. It's crazy. Silky was even at. How are they on phones? You see them sitting on the bench on phones and stuff. And I'm like, look, you can go to Dollar General and get a prepaid phone and put minute cards on it, you know. And when you're out there asking for, I'm sure you're getting change and all that other stuff. So you're gonna go get your prepaid minute card or whatever and be able to have access, because you know that it's their ability. They don't need a library anymore. You know, they used to need a library. Now they can literally just go get a burner phone at Dollar General and pay a prepaid minute thing and be able to communicate. And if they run across, because think about it, they probably find cell phones all the time. They're going to be up and down walking where there's a shit ton of bars, and you can't tell me people don't lose their cell phones all over there. So I'm sure they're getting, hey, I'm going to use this until it runs out.
Yeah. I used to live near a street where there was a lot of bars up and down when I was living in a student town, and it was like a trend of people standing outside, and then they would wait for them to start calling their Ubers, and as soon as the phone was out, they would just run and grab, and it would happen every night.
Yeah.
So I know when there's bars around, phones are like.
And that's got to be a hot item for the homeless. I mean, if you really think about it, because it saves them money. And like I was saying, that phone, as long as it has power and they can call A&W and they say A&W, that they know that it works, they don't care. There's no time limit. They know when they purchase that phone, that's how it works in that trade. They know when they purchase that phone, it could be 1 day, it could be 100 days, it could be 30 days. Who knows? But that's the gamble you take when you're purchasing a phone that way.
Yeah. And people are also saying that phones are free.
Yeah, that's true too. I forgot about that. Yeah. Yep. The Obama phones.
Obama phones.
Yeah, Obama, when Obama was president.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they call them, Obama phones, because when Obama was president, he had some kind of program that if you got public assistance, you were able to get like a free phone from the government and free cell phone service and stuff. Yeah.
I've never heard of an Obama phone.
Yep. Well, there you go, Silky or Rosie every day. Where is Silky anyway? I thought she was joining us. She might be in a shitty spot.
Yeah.
Sorry, my brain's loopy today.
Also running late, running an errand or something. So.
Okay. Yeah, I lost my headphones for 25 minutes this morning after I rolled them up and set them aside. That's how my brain's working today.
We don't blame
So,
you, though. With all the
yeah.
driving, I'm
And
sure.
and then I left home, right? And then I left home. This is why I had to change it from 10 to 10:15, everybody, because when I left home, I was like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot my damn charger for my computer. Now I have to turn around and go back home. Crash on I-24 East. All right. I just got a notification. Let me see here. So it says I'm going to get there about 12:40. And that spot worked out pretty good yesterday, being parked right there. So really, it's just a couple-minute walk to the vehicle if we do have to get back to the vehicle to change anything or update anything or any of that. I tried making different layouts for everybody I know. So I tried different layouts. So I got a bunch of different ones set, and so it should be. Did I remember songs?
They're there for the footage.
Yes, I have 2 sets of pairs because I got my long socks and my short socks for my boots, and then another pair for when I'm wearing my tennies. Because I'm going to be swapping back and forth now that I can get to the car in a couple minutes, and that I'm going to be swapping back and forth whether it's gear or footwear or whatever. Let me see. So what was this Pascal show? And I can play it. I don't know how good it'll come over through the microphone. But what's this Pascal show about 2 people being on the phone or something? What is that? Does anybody know?
I can try and put my microphone to my phone as well.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, so if somebody wants to send it to me, you'll just hear it though.
I think it's that's fine. I think it's like 48 minutes or something, right? Does anybody?
Okay, who has it?
Do me a favor. Do we have monster chat? Do me a favor, anybody, if there is locations that you want me to go to, please note them down, because when we first get there, I'm going to be walking the path first that he was walking to get the footage with the GoPro. Then after that, I'm going to be going to different locations, okay? So make sure you save your locations wherever you want me to go. Make sure you save them until the point where we're done walking the path and we get to the part where the credit card was found. And then at that point, that's where we're going to start taking your requests for locations. So make sure you save those for that time period. I'm guessing it'll probably be around the 30-minute mark after we go live on location. So about 30 minutes after we start is when we'll be ready to go on. Your request.
Okay, I'm gonna find the Pascal show and see if this works.
Yeah, I think it was like a 48-minute video or something like that.
I have.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for hopping in. And we do have a separate notification for the on location live, so make sure you click that too, because once we get there, we'll be switching over to the other live.
Okay, I'm just gonna test this out, and you can tell me how it sounds.
Okay.
Hold on.
There's a message about a parking garage. Can you put it in chat again, Christina? The parking garage thing. It's called Family Friend Speaks Out on the Passage.
Oh, I thought it was 2 people were on the phone with Riley.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah, 2 people,
Okay.
like 48 minutes or something.
Yes, 48 minutes.
Yep, that's the one.
Shout out to him. because this probably would have gone right under the radar.
How's that?
Right under the radar.
Yeah, that
Under
sounds
my
good. Does it sound good to everybody in chat? Sounds good to me.
Wow. There really could be foul play in this case, guys.
That's
There
what I
really-
think. And I don't understand why LE is saying there's not.
And I'm wondering why police are not looking at this. I have so many freaking questions, y'all. I got so many. But now there's some stuff here that I'm like, wow, there really could be foul. Like this, there really, really, really could be foul play. And a lot of the things that we've been hearing from other eyewitnesses are all starting to add up. Okay, I'm putting the music back on. Have mercy. And the thing is some of y'all out here been saying some stuff, okay? But if this is true, we got to err on the side of caution, on the side of caution. Okay?
And if anybody, can you pause it real quick?
Holy cow.
Yes.
And if anybody wants to reach out to him, let him know, and we can do some spots for him too, because I know he's really digging into this as well. So if anybody is in connections with him, let him know. Tell him to evilcj@gmail.com, and I can invite him on, or we can do a guest spot or something like that. We'll figure something out. But I know he's digging into this stuff too. So thank you, Rosie, for playing this, and I want to say thank you to Pascal for his hard work on this case as well. I just wanted to say that real quick. Thank you, Rosie.
And I'm wondering why police are not looking at this as foul play, as a criminal investigation. And I even asked something that we're going to hear repeated in a video here in just a little bit, where I said the same doggone thing when we watched the press conference. I said, why is cold case department doing this case?
Right?
Now,
We said the same thing.
At the same time, I'm going to throw that question out here again because other people have been asking the same doggone question as well. Anyway, guys, let's get into this. Please
Yes,
do me
sir.
a favor. Please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Send it past 300 likes as you guys start to file in. Okay? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every single one of y'all in the house. I really do appreciate y'all. Hit that like button. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Give it some love. Okay? Make your presence known in here, love. Okay? We've got some work to do. Also, please do not forget, hit that reaction button if you're watching on Facebook. Hit that like button if you're watching on X. Hit that follow button on Facebook, Twitter. Okay? Follow me on TikTok. Also, hit that subscribe button. All right? On YouTube. Please and thank you. I know a lot of y'all are probably, I know that other people are live streaming right now and all that, and I get it. And if you're watching the replay, I appreciate you guys. Okay? Thank you so much for being here. But this is very big information that will maybe make some of y'all look at this in a different fashion. Okay? So, we got to get into this again. We got to get straight into this. Okay? Now, the thing is what's really, really interesting about this, okay, which is very, very wild, is that I've been talking about this whole shot right here like crazy. Have I not? Have I not? I've been talking about.
Okay, sorry. That's the surveillance, before he tripped. Yeah, so he's just referring to
Sorry, it was cutting out there for a second.
the picture that they have of the surveillance just before Riley tripped?
Right.
That's the picture he's talking about. That's what he's got up on his screen.
And I want to say real quick, I did get the picture of the zoom of the boots. Thank you so much, because I am going to be looking for those as well. Two main things. I'm looking for them shoes with the cane, and I'm looking for them boots. Thank you, everybody, for sending me those photos.
This whole security cam footage of this particular block for the longest time. Whoa! For the longest time. For the longest time. Why? Because there's a lot of people in this shot that see this young man walking across the street, showing that he is extremely intoxicated.
It's like me singing "My People" for Silky.
All the people that saw him, they talked
I
to
was
him.
just thinking
Was there
that.
any interaction?
Like, man, me and him would probably get along pretty good. We got it like yesterday singing the "My People."
I feel like he'll start a true crime band at this point.
Right? Right?
Goes. Okay? He's walking
The new Blues Brothers.
Walking along. He's doing his thing. These four people that are right here, he stops dead in his tracks, turns around for a second, says something to one of them, turns back around. He does a 360 and just keeps on walking. Now we got some more information. Remember, I even said, I'd love to see, because you clearly see the girl in the cowboy hat turning to him and saying, hey, it almost seems like you all right, baby? You okay? You need help? Anything of that sort, right? Like, we good? You good? You Gucci? And then he says something, and then he turns around, and then he keeps walking. Okay, and then later on we see of course, the body cam footage where one moment he's there, the next minute he gone. Like, he just ghosts, right? He just Houdini's out in this piece. Pretty wild stuff, right? And we're still scratching our head trying to figure out what's going on with this. So here's the thing. Ashley Banfield, okay, News Nation, Ashley Banfield, had a show last night. There has been new information that was put out. Now on TikTok, somebody screenshot it on their TV and put it on their TikTok, okay? I think it's not your average B, all right? So shout out to that TikToker. If this TikToker did not put this up, I feel like it would fly right under the radar. And I think it's crucial information that we all need to know about, okay? But in this clip that we are going to be seeing in just a second, Ashley Banfield claims that there was an eyewitness. I'm assuming the lady that was in the cowboy hat. It's that they had an interaction. Okay, like I said, this is a TikTok, so it's going to look like this, guys. So you're going to ride with me on this, okay? But she claims that there's an eyewitness, an anonymous eyewitness, that is claiming that they had interaction with this young man. And this young man turned around because she said, you okay to drive? Assuming that he was looking for his car and he was.
Hey, Rosie, can we pause it for a second?
He turns.
Yeah.
Can we take notes for everything that he's saying regarding all these different statements, number one, and then we can go through them when we get there. Number two, I want to say, holy fucking contribution call out if it's going to let me do it. Come on, StreamYard. Hold on, let me scroll back up. K. Miller for the $2.99 super chat. Road trip snacks. Hey, you trying to get me fat? I want to say thank you so much, K. Miller, for the road trip snacks. I appreciate that. Damn, I'm gonna be going to A&W tonight, huh? Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and thank you for all you do for the true crime community. Appreciate you so much. All right. Let's see here. And yes, if we can take some notes with all the statements that he's saying, because this is some of the stuff I haven't heard yet, some things, and I would like to maybe look for certain people or look, in certain directions that might be able to take us in other directions when we get there too.
Okay.
If we can do that.
Is it still sounding okay?
Yeah, it's sounding fine. It's sounding fine on your end. Sometimes with my end, because I'm on the road, it's gonna get choppy here, and so sometimes I'm not gonna be able to hear certain key parts and stuff like that. So if we could, if anybody can take notes on the statements, and then we can kind of go through them when we get on location and go on the fly and kind of go in different directions as well. It might take us on another direction too. We'll see. And if I do see some of these people, I'm going to be asking them some questions today.
Okay. And I think I saw that Silky is on her way.
Alrighty. Hopefully she's safe. If anybody can let Silky know as of right now. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, she. I just saw her in chat now.
Okay. As of right now, there was an accident on, I think it said I-24 East. I'm not on there yet, but it bumped it back to 12:50 now. So now I'm not going to be arriving until 12:50, according to this. Okay. So I'm going to have to bump back the other live until probably 1:30. Now, keep in mind, it still might change because when we were driving into Nashville yesterday, we got to another accident and it bumped us back another 20 minutes or so. So just keep in mind that that live might change for later. It's Central. We're on Central Time. And thank you everybody for hopping in. I appreciate you coming in to support the show, and please hit like. If you haven't yet, it is the free way to help us out. And please go sub to True Crime Overtime with Rosie. If you're not, she's the one that's up here helping us the last few days as we're on location, doing a tremendous, amazing job. And I just want to say thank you so much, Rosie, for all the help. I can't thank you enough for all the help that you've done for us today. Really appreciate you.
Around, he like whips around and he's like, no, I can't even walk straight. Within that same conversation, they hear two people on his phone on speakerphone basically saying, hey, he's all right. We'll get him home, kind of thing. Just keep walking straight. Then, apparently, if I'm correct, this is the same.
That's interesting.
This is the same eyewitness, but this person gets in their car. As they get to their car, they see Riley, same gentleman, walking down the street. He takes 1 minute. He takes a second. He pauses, and he throws up. Now, let me just say this really quick. Remember when we had people calling into the show giving us information about a shirt being on somebody else's body, and then there was another person that called in and said, yeah, eyewitnesses said that in the old tent city, saying that they saw a dude wearing the shirt, and then they found out that the dude was actually, they found out through the dude that he found the shirt on a railing and it was covered. It had a little puke on it. He flicked it off, put it on. He said, new shirt, and he went off about his night. Remember that? Remember that? Okay, hold on. I'm going to let that simmer real quick. Simmer. Let that marinate. Remember all the deniers and all that stuff? All the haterade? Now, if this eyewitness is true and if it's real, yes, 2 + 2 does most definitely equals 4. Not 6, not 7. Okay? So, once you start to piece all those things together, who are the two people that he was on the phone with? Who were they? There are some possibilities that could have been 2 of his frat boys. It could have been 2 people that he met at another bar. Remember, he went to different bars. You meet people, you have a good time. Maybe you're having a really good rapport and having a really good time with that person. You're like, yeah, you're dope. Let me get your number, man. Let's chop it up later. You know, we're going somewhere, right? He gets kicked out of the bar. He went across the street to go to another bar. So he was sitting there going, I ain't done with my night. I ain't done with my night. I want to have fun. I'm going across the street and I'm going to see if I can still, continue my night. And if I have to ride solo dolo, then I ride solo dolo. I don't care. But the bar still kicked him out. But who's to say that before he got kicked out of Luke's 32, he didn't meet some other people, exchange numbers, and have a phone call with them en route? Maybe those guys were up to no good and bad, right? Very, very bad people. Then that also explains the possibility of him actually, in the body cam footage, what we hear in the background, right? Everyone's going, Yanny, Laurel. I mean, we don't know what is said, but a lot of people are speculating that he hopped into a car. What are the possibilities of him actually jumping into that car? But there's other information later on in this video talking about other eyewitness accounts with more details. Okay, same married couple gave more information about the time when they saw him having some sort of commotion by some bushes and somebody calling out saying, oh, he's fine, he's just drunk. Like I said, eyewitness saw him vomit. Eyewitness
Could that be?
saw him throw.
Can we pause that real quick? What's up, Silky?
Hey, CJ. What's up?
Okay.
What's up? We're listening.
I waited.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I waited till I got to the interstate, so hopefully we won't have the craziness we had yesterday.
You're
with my
good.
stream.
You're good. We're listening
Hey.
to a Pascal episode from, was it yesterday, I think, or maybe the day before, where he's talking about two people and being on a cell phone. And I don't know if you heard the first part. He's talking about there was an eyewitness that heard two people talking on the other end of the cell phone when he was walking, and they were giving him directions on trying to get him back. Now, Rosie, does it sound to you like somebody was trying to help him get somewhere to a vehicle? Because
Yeah, so
if he's relying on somebody else telling him where to go, went the way wrong direction.
yeah, but it sounds like the witnesses were concerned and they were trying to figure out, if he was okay. But he was on the phone. Did it say he was on speakerphone with those people?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, that's what I believe, that it was on speakerphone and they heard two people talking.
yeah, and they were saying that he was going to be okay, that they were going to get him home. So maybe
Right.
it was some kind of a transport service, and they picked him up, or someone. I don't know. I mean, did he know people in the area? I don't know.
Right.
My mind kind of went to him. I don't know.
Right.
Calling an Uber.
Right. And if your friend, I can see you maybe calling your friend or girlfriend or something, hey, like we do here, hey, if I'm lost, can you guys do me a favor? Can you look up where we're at? Can you give me some directions, right?
Yeah, maybe.
But if they're doing that, how are they? I'm walking under a bridge. You would have to know, like, oh, okay, you're right about here. You need to go this way instead. I mean, that,
Unless it was.
I don't know. It's
Sorry.
weird to me. Who would be? Go ahead.
Unless it was like he was incoherent on the call and they were people he knew who were saying, like, it'll be okay, we're going to get you home, just like stay still, and he wasn't
Right.
necessarily listening.
Right.
But they could hear something was wrong and he was sort of stumbling around. But I don't know. I think that you have to kind of be sort of coordinated to put your phone on speakerphone, right? I mean, you have to find the right button, and it's not like the
Yeah.
typo of ROPS. So I don't know.
And then with the person, if the guy with the cane and the shoes really did you know, because like I was saying with that shakedown, if you hear somebody get brought through them bushes and you think they stumble into the bushes, or maybe they do stumble into the bushes and pass out, you're still, oh, it's all right, he's just drunk. And that could be while the dude's frisking him.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, that's a good excuse. You know, he's just drunk.
He's just drunk. Go back to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know. So these witnesses that say he was on the speakerphone, am I getting this correct? They were the ones where he stopped and turned around and looked at somebody and then kept walking?
From what I understand, but I don't know if somebody else more familiar with the video can confirm that, because that's kind of what I got from it. But
Right.
I'm also hearing this the first time.
Right.
So,
I'm a little confused.
yeah.
Yeah, we went there yesterday, Reality. We're going to be going through there again today, too. And then because the stream is mobile and you only get a certain clarity, I'm going to be bringing my GoPro with me, too, to get footage and photography as well. So, plus of the boot print and stuff like that, too. I want to get clear images. And then that way, when we do have a show in the studio, I can share all that stuff with you guys.
That blueprint isn't there anymore.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because the kid that went down the bank, yeah, he stepped right all in it. It's like he was covered. Yes, he sure did.
No.
So what you've got on stream yesterday is going to be the only picture.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I even pointed that out.
He was looking at it, and I mean,
I even pointed out that that was a footprint that was fucking.
It up.
Are you serious?
I know. Yes.
I pointed it out to them even.
I know, and I'm looking at him like, what is wrong with you,
dude?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he completely covered it up.
The rock climber
and I'm like,
guy?
Well, crap.
The rock climber?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was over there. I was afraid. Yeah. And you had said that, and then he puts his foot right over there and pushes the dirt. It completely pushes the footprint.
That's when I was talking to the cop, right?
Mm-hmm.
No fucking way. Wow.
So you've got the last picture.
I didn't notice it. Are you? Jeez, man. What?
Yes, I watched him do it, and I'm like, I didn't want to be rude. We were on live stream, I really wanted to say, what the crap are you doing? Stop it!
Well, because I examined that freaking whole ledge or whatever you want to call it, like crazy, and those were the only. That was like that one plus the other one, but that main one was the only one that it was like the freshest boot print on there. Yeah. I mean, I scanned that whole thing like crazy, and that was the only one that I saw, and that's why it's stuck.
Yeah. I know.
No way. Well, dang.
It was heartbreaking, and he did it so quick. Like I couldn't even yell at him. It was just like,
I don't know.
Okay,
like,
boom.
What? It sucks because it was only so clear on the stream. I watched it last night. I want to say shout out. It's a crying shame. If you're not subbed to her, please go sub. I was on her panel for a little bit last night, and I was explaining the boot print. And I was trying to let everybody know, if I want to know the brand of these boots, I want to know what the bottom looks like, because that's gonna, forget about it now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how clear that it wasn't. That it was like last night when I was watching on the rewatch. I was like, man, I really need to make sure that main thing go there and get a close up shot of that boot print with the clarity of the camera, like my real camera. And that's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking to hear that.
Yes, it was. Yeah, I meant to tell you that yesterday. Of course, that the kid, was hanging around for a while, and like I said, I didn't want to be rude because at that point, it was a moot point anyway because he had already done it. He did it so fast. It's like he stepped right above it and shoveled all the dirt right and covered it completely up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there you go.
Can I highlight 2 comments for you? Is it easier if I put it there?
Oh, you can highlight comments?
Yeah.
Does it allow you to? Yeah, go ahead. Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Okay, so that one, it's. Can you read it while you drive, or should I read it?
Go ahead and read it because it's really small.
Okay. It says, okay, crossing the road, Rosie with people, the one in the cowboy hat and the one with him asked Riley if he was okay. Riley said, I can't even walk straight. And they heard 2 people on the phone with Riley on speaker.
Was that, let's see, one in a cowboy hat. Now, what exact location, though? Is that the footage where he's crossing that road and then he stops and turns around?
I think that's what Michelle's saying, because that's where
okay.
the 2 witnesses.
That's why he stopped and turned around.
Yeah. And then there's another, it's about the footprint. Was it done intentionally? I mean, I suppose you can't know, but...
Was what done intentionally?
The tampering with the footprint?
Oh, I don't think so, Devo. I think it was think about it. He's experienced in climbing rocks, right? He's probably not he's probably not experienced with crime areas, and you would think don't step in it when somebody's talking about it, but at the same time,
exactly.
I was out on that ledge too, and if you're not really in the back of your head thinking about that, you're really thinking about, I don't want to slip off this freaking thing because it's going to hurt. And so maybe he just stepped where he thought it would give him the best leverage, and that's, I don't think he did it on purpose. No.
Yeah. I don't think he did either. It was just almost
it's just unfortunate.
It's just like, but it's dangerous. That's why I was, panicking when you were over there with that heavy gear bag, and oh my Lord, just a few feet and you would have went off the ledge.
I mean, I did slip there at the end there. It did get
I know. I am aware, CJ.
It did get a little crazy. I was like, yeah. Hopefully I land falling backwards, so I land on my gear, and not face forward.
God. Oh my God. Yeah.
But we didn't have that happen. We didn't have that. The card was planted. I think it's like I was explaining to the cop yesterday when I got there, because before I got there, to me in my head, I'm like, the dude fell in the water, right? The bush or whatever, he fell in the water. When I got there on location and I started seeing, and I'll explain everything again to you guys today, because I know there's some new people coming in today. I did it yesterday. You can see me kind of going up along where I went actually encampment a little bit to show you guys towards the beginning of the show. And now experiencing, and I'm looking, and I'm computing all these different things, and I'm letting it filter. To me, that's when I started going. To me, he was an easy target for a shakedown. And what's the debit card worth if you don't have the PIN number? and so it could be one of those things where it was dark. It is dark back there. I'm going to be showing you guys that tonight because I'm going to be hanging out during the nighttime tonight there. It is dark. And if you do shake down, because like I was telling L.E., he could have kept walking, and one of those guys hiding back on that first tier where you're hidden, and as you're walking, you see nothing but bushes. Somebody comes out from behind you, grabs your neck, puts you in a chokehold, and drags you back in there. Well, his card might have flew out during that physical interaction. And because of how dark it was, dude might not even have known, because he's thinking about his pockets, his wrists, and his neck. So he might not even known that the debit card was there either. So it could be somebody, if there was foul play and he was taken and somebody just tossed it out their window. Yes, definitely could be a possibility. Is there any other comments?
Sorry.
Go ahead, Silky.
My camera cut out a moment.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, it's a very strange place. It's a very strange place for the debit card if he didn't go over there. If when you get down there today, CJ, and you know, like she was saying, the Ellie was saying, if there's no broken tree branches, bushes and stuff, if you cannot tell there was a fall, then I'm questioning how the debit card got there. It would be more like somebody tossed it on purpose.
Right. When I go here with the LE, I'm gonna be showing you guys, because I'm gonna take you guys live down there too, and while we're searching, and I'm gonna show you guys, because she's the one. They went down there yesterday, because when she first came by, I was kind of showing her the boot print and kind of explaining that scenario. When she came back by, that's when she came with the rock climber, and that's when they were like, because I was like, what if he fell backwards off here and this is a boot print? And I explained the gravity and how it would all, the scenario. She comes back with the rock guy, and then they end up going down and searching down there a little bit. Basically what the other people were doing when JLR was recording, they were doing the same thing, but Ellie had already gone down there, because before that, she told me that nobody had searched down there yet, because they had only gotten so far after the encampment of the homeless people. So, when it comes to what she said, she goes, I'm telling you right now, we look down there, there's no broken branches, there's nothing, there's no disturbance, there's nothing showing that anybody had fallen down there. She said there's rocks there. There would have been injuries. There probably would have been some fluid. If not, she said also, it's not, there's a distance from when it straight drops down. When it straight drops down to the water. And so therefore, if somebody did fall off of that ledge, they're not going to end up far enough in the water where they're going to be taken off. That he would have ended up by the shore, not necessarily in the water. So that's why she was telling me, she goes, my personal opinion, he ain't even in the water. He ain't even in the water. We need to look in other places.
I think he also would have been tangled if he had even gotten to the water.
Right. There, and I'm going to show you guys that. We're going to take you down there today. I'm going to show you guys that on the live. I'm going to show you that area and explain it to you. That way you guys can see what we're trying to explain to you, because you can only see it from the camera point of view. So we'll be doing that today for you too.
And this is useful. It says, Mary says that from what she heard, Riley had a bright blue wallet. So if you are looking around.
Bright blue wallet. Okay. Thank you,
I heard that
Mary.
as well
appreciate
somewhere.
that.
because I went to JLR's video yesterday only because I was trying to find you guys in the background.
Yeah,
and I didn't, by the way. But I did see
we ended
that.
up on a lot of news shows in the background there. Sorry, go ahead.
But from what I didn't get to see a lot, but there's stuff like everywhere, like backpacks, wallets, shoes,
Yes.
like.
And some of it looks brand new, Rosie.
Yeah.
Like
So,
brand new.
but still, that is useful. It's a bright blue wallet. If you're...
Yes. While we're searching, thank you. If anybody knows, I need to know the brand of the boots that he wears, and because I need to see a clearer picture. I see the picture that we have, but that can be so generalized in my head. If it does, did the mom, anybody, put out any information about the brand of boots? Because that's going to be important. Because what's the best thing for a homeless person besides valuables is footwear.
Yeah. So, are there missing posters up? I think I did see
There's
a few. Maybe it's
tons of
on there.
There are a ton
Maybe
of missing posters.
It might be in the description. If they know, then they would have put it there, right?
What's that? About the blue wallet?
No, the brand
don't
of
know.
boot.
Oh, the brand of boots. I don't know. I'm still waiting to hear anybody. I can look on there. I just remember seeing the height, weight, the shirt, the boots, but I don't remember it's saying like a specific brand.
Okay.
And if anybody has any connections to the family, can you ask them, please, to refer the information to all of us, because it is very important. Because as we are walking around, there's a lot of cops walking around. There's a lot of homeless people walking around. And I'm telling you right now, if I have a picture of the brand of the boot in my head, I will notice it on somebody's feet.
All right, we'll see what we can find. And then, where are you heading? If you,
I'm heading to Nashville. We're going to Nashville. We're going back on location, and we're going to be doing more searching, more spots of interest. And like I said, I'm going to be looking for these boots. I think it's the keyest thing that we can look for right now is these boots, because they're not going to sell the boots. They're going to keep them, and they're going to use them. And I bet you somebody's wearing them.
I mean, yeah, if
they're size 15.
It must be difficult to resist if you don't have.
It has to, because that's the one thing that they desire the most, besides food and the normal stuff, right? A pair of shoes.
Especially with the way that those Cajun Navy people were describing the terrain. So,
right.
I mean, if that terrain is your home, then you want boots.
You want boots, exactly. And what's the most common thing in Nashville, everybody? Boots. So what's the best way to blend in? Wear a stolen pair of boots. There's no serial number. There's no VIN number. So I'm going to look for these boots. And the boots are going to be I guarantee you. This whole shirt, I found it was on a rip. My ass. Somebody probably gave it to you because you probably heard or saw a little bit of something, and they're like, yo, hey, I'm going to keep these boots and I'm going to get rid of this. And I promise I'll bring you back some shit when I sell these items. I'll share them with you. And here's the shirt.
Okay. Was the card found in an area before the body cam of the cop? So I think the card was like the last known
The
point?
card was the last. Yeah, the card is right by the bridge, right under the bridge, right in that location.
Okay.
Right by there. Basically, right by where all them homeless people are.
Pretty much.
Just saying.
Okay, I think that's all the questions for you for now.
And they don't care about size 15 if they're wearing a size 12. They don't give a shit. They'll wear them.
Okay, I'm gonna put Pascal back, and then just sort of look through some more questions.
Thank you, appreciate you. And Rosie, if you click on the star for it, it'll save it in a separate section of star for comments on the right side. So if we are watching this and you want to save them for later, just click the little star icon on the comment, and then it'll put it in its own section that you can refer to during breaks.
Okay. I'm learning. All right.
Yes, it's all good. Hey, and it's good for your stuff too.
Okay, I'm just gonna mute it while I get the microphone back to where it was. Otherwise, it's gonna crackle for everyone.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Rose.
My phone was overheating.
Yeah, it's gonna be chilly today. 65 is the high.
Can you hear me, CJ?
Yep.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I'm going to stop outside of Nashville. Somewhere. I'm going to squeeze my bladder and make sure that I go into there not having to go to the bathroom.
Just give me a second. Some weird piece of something just fell out of my microphone.
Oh, you're fine. And that's fine, Silky. I'm not going to be getting there now because there was an accident. Let me see. I'm not going to be getting there now till about an hour. Just a skosh over an hour. How long do you got, Silky?
Well, it's 51 miles till I hit Nashville. And then, it's another, I don't know how long to get to the parking. And so
You're fine.
And I'm going to stop, so.
Yeah, go ahead, because I'm going to, that'll give me time to kind of get all the gear situated, and then I can do any kind of updates as well on the meantime, because I brought my computer with me also, in case we need to do any updates on the fly.
Yeah. Well, I won't be stopped that long, but I don't know. Once I hit Nashville, and my kids are coming a little bit later. I call them my kids, my daughter and her boyfriend, but they're going to meet up later, and I think at some point, I want to have a second camera above. I want to try to keep it above where you're at searching once you go down to the river.
Okay.
And then, so people can get both views, yours and,
oh, cool.
Yeah, I think that'll be great. And then at some point, I'm going to break and probably go live on my own channel.
Awesome.
And, just for probably not that long, but I am going to do that. I've got your gloves, and I bought myself a battery pack. Thank you so much for letting me use one of yours. But so I'm better prepared today. Because, I was flying like, oh my God, I don't even know what I'm doing.
It's all good.
Not mentally prepared, really, because I was prepared to go on a different trip and get, video footage, stuff that I usually do when I go on a location, and I don't ever go live. I never go live before when I did that. So, I was just a hot mess. So, I appreciate you putting up with my lunacy yesterday.
Oh, no, it's not a problem. No, that's the thing. Like, the same issues are the same issues I have every single time anyway. It's just part of doing the boots on the ground, on the road stuff, It's just part of it. So, thank you for being so patient with all of it yesterday, and yeah, it just means we're going to be better today.
Yeah, it does. I've had so much fun. I mean, it's good. It's good hanging out with you, CJ. It's always fun. We always have fun together, whether we're in person like we were yesterday or on live stream, at our homes. But it's nice to be together doing something that, trying to make a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it was great, and I wanted to do it today. So,
Oh, I think she cut out. No, and I True Crime Overtime with Rosie and Silky Southern Tea. If anybody can drop their links in chat. And I encourage anybody to go live on, if we can figure out a way. I want to try and figure out a way we can get Rosie to do it as well. And we'll figure that out here. We're going to be coming back still, so we can see.
Yeah, we can maybe work it out between.
Yeah, maybe with the phone or something. Yeah. You know what? Would we be able to do this, Rosie, before we listen to more of that Pascal? Would we be able to, maybe when we go on location, would you be able to use your phone and then just have your headset? Because how can we do this? Because if you do it with your phone, then you should be able to stream it from your channel where your computer doesn't have any issues. I don't mind not having screen share at that point. And while you're doing it on your phone, you'll still be able to do the star comments and stuff like that too. But it also gives you an opportunity to stream live to your channel as well for doing your part.
No, I think what I need to figure out how to do is just link my StreamYard to more than one channel so that it's still the co-host on yours, but then my channel's still there. So I think that I just need to link another one, which I'll figure out how to do between.
Okay.
And then it should be okay. Okay. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Because I think you should, you do such an amazing job doing this with us, and I really want you to be highlighted as well as part of this team, because even though you're not on the ground with us, you are a part of this team up here with us. And without you, we wouldn't be able to have the show that we do. So I'd like to have you highlighted as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, back to Pascal.
Up. That's all I got to say. So as far as this shirt goes, if it was on a railing and this homeless man took it, picked off the chips of throw up that was on it, put it on and kept it moving, that should be investigated. If he was on the phone with somebody, 2 people to be exact, walking aimlessly down the street, that should be investigated. There is so much room for possible foul play in this situation. It's redunculous. And for some odd reason, police still aren't looking at this as foul play. Okay, I said my piece. We're going to be hopping in and out of this piece, okay? It's a TikTok video, but at the same time, got to be safe out here. But shout out to Ashley Banfield and to News Nation for getting this information, because dag nabbit, is no matter what, it's still, let me just say this too. No matter what, it still does not automatically mean that he was taken away. It doesn't solve everything, but it still gives us pieces to the puzzle. Okay. As Chris said, as we were corresponding with each other before I went live on this, he said, it's another piece, man, another piece. That's all that matters. This is most definitely another piece. We're going to talk about this more in a second, but I just wanted to get that stuff off my doggone chest. He indeed, by an eyewitness account, was walking down the street stopped dead in his tracks to blow chunks. Real talk. That's a very 90s phrase. But you know what I'm saying, okay? Let's take a look at this. Have mercy.
He seems to be doing something. Yeah.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. Sorry, guys. Let me try that again. Sound back on. Sorry, guys. My bad.
Police don't seem to know about or care about. And so it is tonight. We now have another witness who says they not only saw Riley the night he disappeared, they talked to Riley. And we have seen this witness before. Man says that's him right there. And his family, they're crossing from Church Street to Gay Street in the security camera footage where Riley is seen stumbling down the block in that very unrecognizable shirt. He just spotted Riley. The man says his family noticed Riley, specifically his condition.
I know that it is very, very low. The volume is very, very low. In fact, let me see if I can fix something. All right. If the volume is that low, just give me a second. Let me see if I can make a miracle happen.
Okay, while he's working miracles, for the people who are saying that I must check my Discord, I will, but I'm just gonna, because I'm using the phone for both, so I'm gonna check after he's carried on a little bit. He's working miracles right now. And then also, if you want, he said so.
I know, it's just, I love the sarcasm, Rosie. It's we're rubbing off on you. I love it. He's working miracles. Let him work some miracles. And thank you, everybody. Patient. A lot of this stuff is a production, and so we will get to it as soon as we possibly can. We appreciate your patience.
A production, and I'm learning. Okay, if you want to send anything, Discord and X are the two that I use the most. And I think that's it.
And are you in? If you want to, Rosie, type something in the YouTube chat, and I'll make you a mod, and then you can drop links too. So if you want to drop a link to your Twitter, you want to drop a link to your YouTube and any of that stuff, just go ahead and type something in YouTube chat, and I can make you a mod real quick. Sorry, I meant to do that already.
But still, I will say, this is very, to me, very, very shocking. This information, you're going to be hearing a little bit more of it. Hopefully we can get a little bit better sound. I'm just going to see what I can do here. Hopefully it won't take very long to have fixed. I'm going to let it do its thing. I'm fixing something. I'm messing with the volume. Okay. But still, this is very interesting. Nonetheless, absolutely shocking information. And again, for everybody that's out here that has been thinking, oh yeah, he just went into the river, no foul play. I mean, sure, that still is a possibility here. That still very much is a possibility, but at the same time, it may not be. It may not be. It may be as straight up and down, as straightforward as man. It just blows my mind. The possibilities here are endless. Let me just get this thing. I just changed the volume. Hopefully it works. Let's try this instead.
Police don't seem to know about or care about. And so it is tonight. We now have another witness who says they not only saw Riley the night he disappeared, they talked to Riley. And we have seen this witness before. The man says that's him right there.
It's a little bit better.
And his family are crossing from Church Street to Gay Street in this security camera footage where Riley is seen stumbling down the block in that very unrecognizable shirt. He just spotted Riley. The man says his family noticed Riley, specifically his condition, and that his wife asked Riley, and I will.
She must have dropped. Let me see here. I didn't see her type anything in chat either. Yes, I have a separate live for on location stream. All you have to do is back out, there's this live that's scheduled. I'm going to be bumping it back to 1 o'clock just because there's an accident coming up here at some point and it delayed us. They must still be working on it because it still says 12:50. But we have it's a step. So when I'm doing my shows, I like to, sit back and talk with all you guys while we're driving to the locations. And then when we get to the locations, we have a separate live for that. Just so it doesn't make the streams crazy ass long. They're kind of separated. Plus, you're only allowed 11 hours and 59 minutes until you have to start another. Yeah, just give me what link do you need, Radio Waves? And I'm waiting for Rosie to get back in. I didn't see her type anything in the YouTube chat, so I'm waiting to toss her that wrench. Oh, drop out when you go to Discord? Okay. She's probably getting to all the Discord here, and then she's going to come back. So we got about an hour still. And actually, while we're waiting, let me switch that notification for the other one. Quick, change. It's at 1 o'clock right now. Oh, it's already set for 1. Never mind. Let me make it for 1:10 just in case. There we go. All right, so we got that updated. Well, it'll be 1:10. That should be a good time. That'll give a few, and then I'll probably be out there recording before Silky gets there, and that'll be okay. And then we'll end up meeting Silky at the location. Oh, she just typed. All right, hold on. There we go. Click that. Trying to get back in. I was doing too much. Okay. Yeah, just go ahead and there we go. Yeah, just go ahead and hang out and we'll listen to the Pascal. Do us a favor, it's only about an hour. Also, if there are locations you want us to check out, at about the half-hour point of the stream where we're on location is where we'll be taking your requests. So first, we're going to walk the path again that he took. I'm going to get that footage, and then we're going to and then we'll be taking your requests and then going to different parts as well. And then if there is anything else, let me see is there somebody else that can handle the Discord stuff so Rosie is able to be able to coordinate everything. And there still must be an accident because it just bumped up another 4 minutes. Let me see. Go to the place dude claims to have been for copper. Let's see. They're trying to throw us off by believing he's in the water. I think what's going on is they're trying to get attention away from their encampment. Whether it's falling in the water or he kept walking that way, I'm going to show you guys as well why it looks completely different. That's one of the reasons I'm first going to take you through the walk that he was at so you can see the skylines, and then I'm going to show you where someone claims he kept walking, which doesn't make any sense. All right. And if any of the mods want to post any of the stuff from the community, and if they want to post it in the community chat, if you're on Discord already, click the link to join our community chat. You can just drop your photos and links of the information for this case in the community chat. And then everybody will be able to go to it when it comes to what we're all discussing here. Let me see. Let's add Rosie back. All right. Is it working? Is it working? I think we're good. Okay, there we go.
Yes. Okay.
So we'll try and get, was it Discord?
I was trying to get my links.
Oh, okay.
The computer's hot. It's been a hot day today, so either I have to have the fan like right on it, which is too loud. Otherwise, I have to just take everything really slow with it. Okay, so I took it back to where I think I disappeared for the video.
Okay. And if you need to switch to your phone to give your computer a break, go ahead and try and do that too while we're on this, because you can use this as practice
Okay.
while we get there too.
Okay. Oh, okay.
We got to get Rosie to 1K, everybody.
It's very, very low. In fact, let me see if I can fix something. All right. If the volume is that low, just give me a second. Let me see if I can make a miracle happen. But still, I will say, this is very, to me, very, very shocking. This information, you're going to be hearing a little bit more of it. Hopefully we can get a little bit better sound. I'm just going to see what I can do here. Hopefully it won't take very long to have fixed. I'm going to let it do its thing. I'm fixing something. I'm messing with the volume. Okay. But still, this is very interesting. Nonetheless, absolutely shocking information. And again, for everybody that's out here that has been thinking, oh yeah, he just went into the river, no foul play. I mean, sure, that still is a possibility here. That still very much is a possibility, but at the same time, it may not be. it may not be. It may be as straight up and down, as straightforward as man. It just blows my mind. The possibilities here are endless. Let me just get this thing. I just changed the volume. Hopefully it works. Let's try this instead. Come on.
Police don't seem to know about or care about. And so it is tonight. We now have another witness who says they not only saw Riley the night he disappeared, they talked to Riley. And we have seen this witness before. The man says that's him right there.
It's a little bit better.
And his family. They're crossing from Church Street to Gay Street in the security camera footage where Riley is seen stumbling down the block in that very unrecognizable shirt. Just spotted one. The man says his family noticed Riley, specifically his condition, and that his wife asked Riley, and I will quote, "You're not driving tonight, are you?" End quote.
Oh.
That's the reason this man says Riley actually stops and looks back. Witness said Riley laughed and then said to them, quote, "No, I can't even walk a straight line." End quote.
You hear that? He says, no. He turns around and says, no, I can barely even walk a straight line. Okay? That's why he stops dead in his tracks and turns around, because he's responding to those two women, those two ladies that were sitting there. They're concerned about him. Obviously, he's clumping down the street. As I said, we've been saying this entire time, clumping in his cowboy boots down the street. Size 15 cowboy boots down the street. I wonder how expensive cowboy boots are. Just something to think about, okay? Just something to think about. Michael Kors wallet, really nice cowboy boots. I know they don't run cheap. He's got that nice black and white shirt. He's obviously very, very, very intoxicated. He's even answering that like, I'm so drunk, I can't even walk a straight line right now. Okay? He's standing out like a sore thumb, and he's really tall. Let's not forget all those elements, okay? Cowboy boots are not cheap. His clothing is not cheap. Somebody may have seen him as a possibility of something, as a target for easy money, or something else. We don't know. Okay, let's go.
Here's where really interesting part is.
Here we go.
The witness said that Riley was on this phone at the time. He was talking to at least two other people on speakerphone. The voices on the other end said something like, "He's fine. We'll get him there. Just keep walking straight, Riley." And a moment later, the witness was getting into his car when Riley walked by and then stopped and then threw up.
Threw up. Okay? I know this is like a recording off of a TV. You see what I'm saying? So the volume isn't going to be great. I turned it all the way turned up. Okay? I did my best. Okay? But at the same time, though, holy cow. Again, this matches, if we go all the way back to the conversations we had, this goes all the way back to Sabrina seeing the shirt on another person, on a homeless gentleman. Chris going into Old Tent City, talking to other homeless individuals, them speaking out and saying that shirt was indeed his shirt, only to find out that the guy who actually had the shirt said he was riding by and saw the shirt hanging on a railing. It had a little bit of puke on it. He flicked whatever puke was on it off the shirt, put the shirt on, and left. Claimed it as his own. You go all the way back to that. Now those claims are starting to match up, because now we see eyewitness account of someone seeing him stop dead in his tracks to Ralph right there. Now I know that we've heard from other, family, friends, and et cetera, saying like there's no verification of vomit anywhere, so on and so forth. I get that stuff, that part, but at the same time, after days of time, wear and tear, people, whatever, animals, etc. The environment, nature, things like that kind of wash away, just tend to disintegrate. So where he disappeared and where he may have thrown up are in completely two different places. So maybe they're not looking in that area for that type of throw up. Does that make sense? So again, that's big to me. That's big to me, dog. That's big, okay? But let's continue. Let us continue, all right? Eyewitnesses saying that. That's huge, y'all. Ooh, that's huge. And that clarifies and that solidifies more of the claims that we've had in the past from other eyewitnesses. Again, if it is true, man, some wild stuff. Let's continue.
Witness says this. I asked my wife if she saw him walking, and she said yes. I was worried that he could have fallen over, but they saw him walking. Witness also had something to say about this video just minutes before. It's the one that shows Riley running along the sidewalk and then falling in a hole right there. Some viewers thought it looked like he might have really hurt himself, but the witness tells us that he did not look hurt when they saw him, and Riley was not bleeding when they saw him.
I think that's also crucial, okay? Nothing was leaking on his head. Nothing was leaking, on his face or anything. He didn't look like he was all bloody or anything of that sort. Same thing with the body cam footage. He doesn't look, I know it's very pixelated and whatnot, but it doesn't look like he's, covered in any type of red, looking like he's distressed of any kind. And let's be real, I feel like that cop, if he was to see that on his face or all over his shirt, he would have stopped him and asked him if he was okay. He would have stopped dead in his tracks to be like, hey, you okay? What's good? Where did you come from? Whatever it may be. He wouldn't have just let him keep walking. So that's a big thing.
Great point.
But he could have been concussed. Let's not forget that. If this happened.
Sorry. Did you say something?
Oh, I was just saying he made a great point. That cop, he would have noticed it and he would have asked him.
Yeah.
Because it's not like he was focused on a certain person. He would have asked him because he was walking up along that road, and he made a great point. If he would have noticed him stumbling, puking, and all that, he would have said, "Hey, buddy, you all right?" If anything. So he made a really good point.
Yeah, I mean, one would hope he would. That's probably part of his job, like patrolling in that kind of place with the cars.
Yeah. And you can definitely trip over your own foot. When I was a little kid, I was running up to one of my family members' front door, running on their sidewalk, and I tripped over my own feet. And I flew forward, and they had a cement stair step, right in front, and literally right between my two eyes, my nose smacked right into the corner of the cement step, and I needed stitches and all that shit. And that's why I have a scar right there. You can't see it on camera, but I have a scar right in between my two eyes, right in between where my eyebrows are, just a little bit down from that. I have a scar from when that happened. And definitely when you're running, it's because I was running, not paying attention, and I'm looking at somebody like him, intoxicated, not paying attention, running. You watch the camera, it's like he trips over his own foot and rolls his ankle and ends up straight to that. What rock are they talking about there being puke on? I saw something about puke being on a rock.
Yeah, I haven't heard that before. I'm not sure.
Okay.
And then After the video, I'll check Discord because it's all like in one place, and I don't want to disturb the video. But then I will go and see what's happening there.
Okay. Thank you, Rosie. Appreciate you. Let's get Rosie to 1K. You deserve it, Rosie.
Minutes before he crossed that street and ran into that family and into those eyewitnesses, he may have been concussed. And if you add concussion with a little, with a bit or a lot of bit of alcohol, that may send you to a place of wanting to purge. I don't know. But it is interesting nonetheless. Let's continue.
They wanted the family to know that information. Witness wanted to remain anonymous, reached out to us at News Station. Why?
Wow.
Because they called the Nashville police.
Bang.
They tried to tell the Nashville police all of this.
Bang.
And they too were sent into the voicemail of the cold case.
You see why the family is going on to the news, at least before that press conference? You see why the family's going on to the news and talking ish and saying things about law enforcement and saying like, hey, they're not telling us anything. They're not doing da-da-da-da-da-da. What's up? Then all of a sudden,
And I'm hearing, I just want to pause it 1 second real quick. Just for like 10 seconds. I have been hearing too that there's surveillance video that's not being released as well. Is anybody else hearing that too? That there's, because they're telling there's no foul play. There's no foul play. Well, what surveillance? I'm hearing there's surveillance that has not been released. Is that the surveillance that is telling LE it's not foul play? And if there is surveillance saying or showing them that there's not foul play, well, then why isn't a search being focused on a certain area? And you know what I mean? Like you're looking at the river, but you're looking at the ground and you're looking in different spots. So I'm really confused on that. I just wanted to mention that real quick.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's really confirmed is the surveillance from inside the bar that he was kicked out of. But then I have also heard people saying that there's enough establishments along where they knew he went with cameras to assume that there's extra footage, but I don't know if that's true. The only thing that's confirmed is inside the bar. So.
Well, and anybody do me a favor, if there's locations where you think I should check to see if there is surveillance, please let us know. We'll be going into those requested locations 30 minutes after we go live on the On Location line.
Together by the family, but how convenient that 5-0 was there, law enforcement was there, and they were a part of the cold case department. I even said it myself. She's going to say it in a second too. Why? Why are they getting directed to the cold case department? Now, again, I'm not sitting here saying that something sinister is going on here. I'm not sitting here saying that there's a cover-up going on. I'm not saying any of that. But it's still really weird that we are hearing from the family themselves saying that people are calling into Crime Stoppers in hotlines. And there's certain people that are saying that they don't even know anything about this missing Riley Strain case. Then you got another person, an eyewitness, that called into police and got directed to the voicemail of the cold case department. Why? It's very weird to me. That's very weird. And I get it that maybe they move things around. Some people go and work on this particular department if they're out of
CJ, did you see the police station? Like, where is the actual station?
I thought I did because when Silky and I got there yesterday, we ended up going a roundabout way that we didn't have to just because we weren't familiar with the area yet. And I believe we did walk by that. If anybody, just when we get to that location, I'm going to walk the path that he walked from Luke Bryan's bar to where the credit card was found. And then after that, if you want to give us the locations, I can actually take you to the spot. Like I said, once we get there, I'm going to take that path. If there is any locations you guys want us to check out, like the police department, things like that, just save that for when we get to that part of the live about a half an hour after we start. And then we're going to be exploring all over the place. And literally, it's all so close together, other than Luke Bryan's bar. And it's all so close together that it won't take long to get to any of these destinations. And I am going to be here all day. So we will have plenty of time to explore the whole area. But I thought I did see it.
Christina is here. I wanted to ask her about the hours of the police station. Like, if it's that thing you were talking about where there's a certain time where you just have to buzz in.
Right.
But it's still open.
Right.
I don't know I'm sure Christina knows.
Yeah, if you can let us know, Christina. And I'm about 40 out.
Resources, or if they need extra hands and all that stuff. I get that piece, but it is still very weird that they're calling these places and there hasn't been any callbacks, any reaching out, any circling back and having these conversations with these eyewitnesses. We've already talked about a bunch of them. They've called on this show. Like I said, Sabrina, Chris, okay? The many people that have called into this show to give us information. It's absolutely asinine to me that they have not been called back yet at all. That's insane. Now we're hearing that same situation right here with this eyewitness. There's more information, there's pieces to this puzzle that they have. All of these eyewitnesses have that tell us that maybe there was some sort of foul play here. And from what we're gathering right now, police are still not reaching out. That does not make any sense, guys. It just doesn't. She gonna say the same thing I just said. Go ahead.
Cold Case Department. Wow.
Police did eventually call this family back, they told us. But then there's also the case of the homeless couple living below Gay Street on the riverbank. They say that they saw Riley almost fall down the embankment. The man said this: "We heard a commotion. We looked back up. He almost fell over. The last bush, right there, caught him. He was very, very, very intoxicated. I never seen anybody stumble that hard before." Couple said they did not go and check on Riley because someone else who's over there said reportedly, "He's just drunk. He's okay." Riley he wasn't okay. He was not okay for long because minutes later he disappeared. His phone went silent. Riley's family said today that his phone was not low on battery power before it went dead. And all of this raises so many questions.
Okay. Again, I'm gonna roll that back. Phone was not low on power. So if the whole LOPS, okay, good LOPS, that kind of thing, it's a typo, baby. It's a typo. Whether that is somebody else texting it, getting his hands on his phone and texting it for him, it's a typo. It's not low on power service or low on power. Sorry. No, I don't agree. I don't think it is. And especially we heard it from Chris Dingman, the family friend's mouth himself. He's like, hey, even the girlfriend had to, or the girl that he's talking to had to even Google that just to see what the hell that meant. because he's never used that lingo before. And if it was something that he learned in Nashville at this convention, why would they even have this conversation?
Okay, can we pause it for a second?
Why would they?
Very good point again, right? His girlfriend or the girl he was dating had to look it up because he never used it before. Who might have used it before? Like he said, somebody else that had control of his phone. Who would have control of his phone and want to shut it off and the watch off at the same time when they're not low on power to conserve the battery? The scenario that I've been saying. If she didn't know and he never used that lingo with her before, that's not him typing that message.
Yeah, I mean, they have a history of communicating. So.
Right. So that right there leads me more to the scenario that I'm talking about when it comes to an easy target.
Okay. Katrina Miller says they are in, I got in trouble for this pronunciation yesterday. Cheatham County.
Cheatham County. County. Let us know what they're doing in chat. I'm going to, and if, I don't care if it costs me 10 minutes to park and get with Silky and then we go somewhere else. It is what it is. Do me a favor. If there is, I need serious, real updates, I don't need speculation because we would have been chasing a rabbit hole for nothing yesterday. So we need to make sure if there is something actual, let us know. But at the same time, please keep us updated as well, because if we have to change a location, we're going to change a location. But the first thing is I want to make sure me and Silky can get set and get met up. And then if we need to change locations, we can do so. So just keep us updated on that. Are they doing any searches going on? Is there any boat searches going on? What's going on for the searches right now? Because I don't have any idea what they got going at this current time. So if anybody does know, let us know, please.
Okay. And then Christina says, it locks on weekends. You have to call to get in or wait for an officer to respond.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's when you need them the most. That's crazy.
It's like the volunteers, right?
Exactly. 100%, Rosie.
Even have a conversation like that. I mean, I understand people have weird, random conversations, but it just seems a little bit far-fetched that he would be like, well, I just learned a new phrase. I'm going to use it right now while I'm, near passed out drunk. That just doesn't make sense to me, guys. It just doesn't. It was a typo. If that was something that was created or written by somebody else, it may have been during that time when something happened. There's other accounts saying that they saw another man up there saying, yo, he's good. He's just drunk. He okay. And they went on and did the rest of their night. Paid no attention to it. Paid no mind to it. But you have other accounts that are being said here so far. Okay? Now she did say something. She did say that eyewitness that said he was on the phone with two people, walking down the street. She did say, Ashley Banfield said that cops did reach out to them, but they had to call 3 times. They had to reach out 3 different times just so that they can get the police to call their butts back. Make that make sense. Don't worry, we're gonna talk about this in a second and break a few things down, okay? Because I still got a lot of questions, and I know you guys do too. Let's get it.
My understanding said today that his phone was not low on battery power before it went dead. And all of this raises so many questions. Exactly how many people did Riley encounter and talk to that night?
Yep.
How many of those people have the police actually interviewed? Who were the 2 people Riley was talking to on the phone?
Thank you.
His friends at the bar, maybe somebody else.
Yep.
Family friend now said that Riley and his frat brothers from the story visited at least 2 bars the night before Riley was kicked out of the 3rd bar. But he was kicked out of the...
Okay, so as you guys know, all right, there's a lot of things that are just not mathing, right? There's a lot of questions that I have. You have this information saying that he was walking down the street and was allegedly on the phone with 2 people that were on the phone with him. Now, I will say this. Let's knock this out. A lot of people, like she just said too, who's he on the phone with? Okay. I don't know. We don't know. It could have been somebody he met at the bar. Like I said, he could have been out, like when they went to other bars. He could have met some other people. Oh, you're cool. I like your, I like your style. I like the rapport we're having. Let me get your number. We're all tying one on and we're having a great time. We're singing the songs together and we're having shots of Fireball. I like you. You like me. Let's exchange numbers and maybe we'll reconvene or, rendezvous in another later on tonight, depending on how the night goes. That could be it. And he tried to go across the street to another bar to get his drink on, but then he got kicked out. So I don't know if he instantly gave up on trying to go into other bars. It's a possibility that he went to another bar or thought about it. Maybe he called somebody to be like, hey, I want to go wherever you guys are. Where do I need to go? Because they're saying now that as he was walking down, remember the part where he's walking down that one wall and he's it's right after he trips and hits his head. He gets up and it looks like he's, as Chris said, it looks like he's touching his head because he's hurt his head. But I really do think that he's on the phone at that point. He's having a conversation with somebody on the phone because the way he's holding his phone, the way he holds his phone, he's holding it like this, He's like this, and like trying to talk to it and trying to stand up straight, but also walk at the same time. He's holding his phone like this, okay? He's having a conversation, I feel like, with somebody. It could be his fraternity brothers. They could be trying to direct him back to the hotel, but he's going the complete opposite different way. All right. Or he's on the phone with somebody else that he just met and they're partying somewhere else. And they're like, come on over, man. We're right down the street. Come on. We're this way. So then as he's crossing the street and talking to this woman or to this family or to this eyewitness, they hear him on the speakerphone talking to 2 different people. And they're both saying, no, you're good. Just keep walking straight. Again, are they trying to get him back home? Are they 2 fraternity brothers trying to get him on the right path to get back home? Or is it 2 people trying to allegedly have fun, but only to meet up with him later to attack him? That's a possibility. Could be fraternity brothers and he still found danger down the street later on, or it could be these guys were luring him into a trap. Those are the 2 possibilities now. Like I said, like what we said with Chris Dingman on the show, the possibilities with this mother lover are endless, right? It just keeps going and going, keeps growing and growing, and is absolutely insane. But he could have walked into a trap. But there's a few takeaways that we have from that eyewitness account that confirm certain things that eyewitnesses and other people in the old tent city said before. He did indeed vomit. He did indeed purge himself of whatever alcohol or whatever was going on in his body. That could have been a combination of being concussed and drunk at the same doggone time, but it definitely confirms that for sure. So that means that shirt may not be on him anymore. That shirt very well could be on that homeless man's body right now as we speak. Again, he could be involved. This homeless man could be involved in a violent crime, or he could have literally found that shirt right there on the railing, as innocent as he says it was.
I'm just pausing him for 1 second because I had this comment up. It says, according to WSMV TV4, the boats are searching the Cumberland River in Cheatham County today. We'll try and find out more. And then also we have Pebbles. Hey, Pebbles.
What's up, Pebbles?
Hey guys, I'm sorry I'm late. How you doing?
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Doing good. Just getting into Nashville here.
Looks like a nice day to be traveling, at least.
Oh, it's beautiful out, and it's supposed to be a little cooler, so that'll be nice too.
Yeah, it looks a little cloudier than yesterday.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
How's Chad doing? Are you doing okay?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, I was just saying hi to chat. Make sure everybody's doing okay.
We're listening to the Pascal show.
Yeah, he's making a lot of great points too.
I think I've listened to him 3 times today on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep missing things.
Yeah, there's a lot in there. And that's kind of goes along, like with what he was saying about the shirt, and that's kind of goes along with what the officer was telling me yesterday, because I asked her about that specific item and what is, what's speculation and what's confirmed. And she said, that she's been hearing a lot about the shirt as well, but she's been looking for whatever confirmation of it. She hasn't even found anything that was confirmed about that being 100%. So
yeah, that's an odd one for sure.
Yeah. And when it comes to the railing, I found it, and he just kept walking, and no, you're trying to get the attention away from your area. That's just
yeah, because now he's nowhere to be found, right?
Right. I have this. It's suspicious, but he went that way. I mean,
I'll tell everybody about it. But...
Right. He went that way, and yeah. I wonder if this person is using, because you will see the family. The family has been there nonstop, and you'll see the family, and it's kind of interesting because there are a couple people there that are getting showered with items galore, and it makes me wonder: are they using that in a? Are they using that for their own advantage? Yeah.
I was wondering the same thing.
Right.
There's a helicopter over the dam right now.
Yeah, I know that they're going to be searching all that. But there's also key parts that they were looking at the bank. I'm curious to see how much lower the water is from where it was at yesterday when we left.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see that, see how much it's really calmed down.
Yeah, because when we were there at the end, you could see a lot of rocks and stuff like that. So I imagine it's going to be quite a different scene today when it comes to that location that we were focusing on as well. So yeah, I'm sure they're going to be flying and searching all over there as well. But I feel like I need to stick at the location that we're going to unless there is something that's confirmed. And like I said, we will pack up and hurry up and get to scooting. And we'll be able to do that fairly quickly considering where we're going to be parking and the location of everywhere that we're going today. So, yeah, Silky's going to be meeting me there. I think she's going to be there a little bit after I get there, but that's okay.
I'm so glad you're not going to be by yourself.
I'm all right. What's the timestamp on that video, Rosie? How much time do we have left on?
About 10 minutes.
Okay, go ahead and hit play, and we should be ending in about the time I get to the parking garage.
Something to think about, guys. But that's crazy. Who are the two people that he was on the phone with? Have police looked at his phone records to show proof positive of who he was on the phone with? We know about the last text message that he got, that he sent to, a love interest back home, or maybe back at school, but that's it. Why aren't they sharing that information? That information should have been out. We're all sitting here, racking our brains, bashing our brains up against the wall going, what does good lops mean? What does good lops mean? And I'm sitting here going, it doesn't mean a damn thing, guys. It doesn't. What matters is who were the two people that he was on the phone with whilst walking down the street. And then, of course, what happened when he passed that cop? They say that they saw him like falling down almost falling down the embankment as well. Like I said, it's so crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Yeah, I see low on power source or low on power. Sorry. Yeah, no, he had a full phone. Unless somebody who is out here trying to do some bad and is real savvy with acronyms for some weird reason. I ain't never used that acronym in my life. Have you?
Nope.
I know some of you guys have. Actually, somebody was like, actually, my son uses that. And that's fine. Okay? That's fine. But at the same time, I don't use it in my normal everyday vernacular. You know what I'm saying? In fact, when I'm tired, I say, lops. No, I don't. I'm just joking. So I'm sorry. I think it was a typo. I think it's lulz. Or he may have just meant to do LOL. But lops came out. Or somebody actually took his phone, said good, tried to maybe say LOL, and it came out lops. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. What matters is who he was on the phone with. The information that we have now that he threw up is big. And then on top of that, there was a commotion for sure. That's what I'm feeling. Okay? There was a commotion. And then he disappeared. Woosah. So, why are police sending it to cold case? I'm going to keep asking that until that gets answered. And I also feel that law enforcement and anybody in the surrounding, that are supporters, like I said, I'm not here to bash police. I'm not. I'm just asking the most important questions. And I'm calling it like I see it too. And I'm taking the word of the family and others as well. I've reached out to the sources that have called into the show just to see if they've reached out and talked to them at all, just to see if the police have reached out to them. And they've said zero. They've said no. That doesn't make any sense when they have huge pieces. This man's shirt is undeniably unique. Sure, there's other people that may have been wearing that shirt that night, but at the same time, you're telling me that this kid was wearing you're telling me that there was another person out here that actually threw up on that same on a shirt that looks exactly like that, and then dropped it off in the same place his phone was last pinged? Come on, man. Come on. That's idiotic. No disrespect. Y'all are incredibly smart, but I'm just saying that's insane. The possibilities of that are absolute. I would win the lottery. Okay, I have a better chance of winning the lottery than that actually happening. Same shirt, same exact type of shirt, covered, with puke on it too, at a railing, right by the place Riley was last seen. Come on, I'd be a millionaire right now. Give me a scratch and win real quick. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. So I am really, really happy that Ashley Banfield had this piece, this segment, this part in here. Again, huge pieces to me, huge pieces to the puzzle of things, you know. And and I will also say this automatically makes me look at this and go, well, there could possibly be foul play now. Doesn't matter if somebody didn't use his card and the card was found on the ground or anything like that. No, doesn't matter. Now there could very well be a possibility of foul play. There was a commotion. He was on the phone with two people. Then he walked past cops or a cop. Then there was commotion somewhere by another eyewitness. And a person with him, with Riley, was saying, he's just drunk. All I'm saying is it may be nothing. It really may be nothing. But the police really do need to look into it because it could be something. Anyway, guys, that's the show. Told you guys it was going to be, I didn't say it was going to be a quick one, but it has to be a quick one, unfortunately. But I really do appreciate you guys.
Let me see here. So I am parked. Let me see what time we got. I'm a little early. So I'm parked. I might end up bumping the live up because I'm here a little earlier than what I expected. So depending on when Silky gets here, is going to depend when we actually go live. Let me see here. So I'm going to go ahead and end this one. I'm going to get prepped to go out there, get everything ready. And then that way when Silky gets here, we can just hit the ground and start running.
Sounds like a plan.
So do me a favor, guys. Go ahead and hit that notification. That way you'll go ahead and get notified, hopefully. If not, look for us to be back for sure by 10 after 1, but it might be shortly before that. So it won't be too long. We'll be back, and we'll be live again for you here shortly. So thank you, Pebbles. Thank you, Rosie, and thank you, everybody else. Please hit the like. Please go sub to their channels as well. And we'll see you here in about 15 to a half an hour.
Sounds good.
See you soon.
Thank you,
See you
everybody.
soon.
Appreciate you. See you in a little bit.